After a long time of uncertainty, not only will we be getting Indian Super League action, but fans will also get to see the I-League, which is of course Indian football's second division league, actually be returning after what was a pretty long spell of uncertainty, thanks in no small parts to the master rights agreements and their being expiring, and there being plenty of uncertainty when it comes to the future of the Indian domestic league system. What we're getting to know though about this edition of the ISL, or the I-League to be more precise, is that you could see one very notable team not be taking part, Churchill Brothers. What exactly is the reason for that? Well, we'll get to that part in just a bit, but first let's talk about what it is that the teams have done to actually confirm their participation, and more importantly, how many teams have made their participation official. What we do know is that as of now, there have been 8 teams who have made the required rupees 20 lakh payment to actually ensure that their participation is confirmed. And what we also know is that 2 more teams will be completing that payment soon. So you've got 10 teams who will be part of the I-League for sure. However, Churchill Brothers are not just any other side. They are a side that have plenty of legacy, as they are one of the Goan giant sides who still are active and still continue to dominate Goan football, and also do well at the Indian National League as well. Now, what exactly has come in the way of Churchill taking part in the I-League? Well, the answer is very simple: legal issues. Why exactly is that the case? Well, because they're unlikely to participate due to a lawsuit that they have against the All India Football Federation that is currently in the Delhi High Court. Now, the lawsuit, in case you're wondering, stems directly from the fact that they actually did win the I-League title last year. They were crowned champions, given the trophy, they celebrated with it, and then that was taken away from them. But of course, the reason it was taken away from them had nothing to do with the whims and fancies of the I-League. Inter Kashi, a side who had been competing with Churchill Brothers for the title, ended up having points restored to them thanks to intervention from CAS, the Court of Arbitration for Sport, who believed that there had been inconsistencies when it comes to calculating points for Inter Kashi, because there were teams that had fielded players who were ineligible against them, and therefore that should automatically be a forfeiture. What it meant is that whilst Churchill were the champions on paper, it eventually ended up going to Inter Kashi, and this is something that deeply annoyed Churchill Brothers. That is why they filed the lawsuit, and that is why they will not be taking part in this year's edition of the I-League. Now, it's obviously a bit of a loss because, as I say, it is a club that does have a long history when it comes to Indian football and Goan football, where there is, of course, a passionate fan base that partakes in the sport. But the fact of the matter is that it does stem a little bit of sour grapes as well, because it isn't Inter Kashi's fault that they were wronged in the first place and denied points. So why should Churchill Brothers be taking this sort of a route? Either which way, they have chosen this, and it seems unlikely that you're going to be seeing them in the I-League. Now, you can let us know your thoughts on this particular matter in the comments below. And don't forget, as always, to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.